Hi, welcome back to the Microsoft Security Community channel. I'm Christopher Munoz, Program Manager with the Security Customer Experience team. Today, I am delighted to talk to all of you about the Azure Sentinel Insecure Protocol Workbook. As enterprises are looking to reduce their attack surface, there is often one area that is never looked at, and that is the retirement of legacy protocols. Today, I want to talk to you all about the value of the Azure Sentinel Insecure Protocol Workbook and how it can give you deep visibility into the usage of insecure protocols across your environment. Let's go to the whiteboard to dive into more detail.
All right, now that we're here in the whiteboard, I do want to highlight a couple of points in regards to the Azure Sentinel Insecure Protocols Workbook. The first thing is that as bad actors are looking to spread through your network, they will execute various techniques to be able to gain higher privileges and impair critical services across your environment. This usually takes 24 to 48 hours for a bad actor to gain domain admin access across your environment. Now, if you're leveraging these legacy protocols, including Azure AD Legacy Off, SMB version 1, which is the instrumental reason for WannaCry a few years back, NTLM, etc., you are making the job of the bad actor super easy. These legacy protocols were built when there wasn't the understanding of the security requirements that our modern enterprises need today. These legacy protocols often lead to catastrophic events, including credential stuffing, password spray, pass a hash, pass a ticket, and offline replay attacks. Now, we all know that identity is the new control plane. MFA is in many environments a common requirement to address identity theft. By having these legacy protocols enabled across your environment, you will not be able to support MFA across your environment. Now, I do have a set of 3 numbers here that I do want to cover. And the first one is that 99% of password spray attacks use legacy authentication. 97% of credential stuffing attacks also use legacy authentication. So bad actors are able to automatically discover these vulnerabilities or these legacy protocols across your environment to be able to exploit and impair critical services in your network. Now, lastly, I do have one number here, and this is that organizations that have disabled legacy authentications experience 67% fewer compromises than those where legacy authentication is still enabled. Now, with the Azure Sentinel Insecure Protocols Workbook, you will be able to have deep visibility into the usage of these legacy protocols across your environment and be able to take further action to eliminate and block these protocols in your network. As mentioned before, having insecure protocols enabled across your environment can lead to catastrophic events. It can lead to credential theft in your environment, and it can lead to the compromise of your accounts as well. Now, part of the Insecure Protocols Workbook, we allow you to have these rich visualizations that allow you to understand and also identify the usage of these legacy protocols across your environment. Here in the summary, we provide you a summary of the insecure protocols where you are able to hover over and interact with the workbook to better understand the legacy protocols as being used and also the counts. Now, the great thing about this workbook is that we have different tabs here. Within this tab, you're able to dive into each single protocol to further understand the number of events, the number of IP addresses, and the other entities that are also associated with the usage. As we scroll down here, we provide granular details in regards to the accounts, the account details, and also the accounts events over time. This allows you to understand the criticality and also the usage of these legacy protocols. Now, if we scroll up, we have the ability to dive into NTLM version 1. We can hover over. As we click on one of these boxes, we see that every time a story emerges in regards to the entities and the accounts that are currently using these legacy protocols across your environment. These rich visualizations allow you to understand the criticality of these legacy protocols and also allow you to understand how you are able to identify the users and also the accounts that are currently using them to then be able to eliminate these protocols across your environment. Now, lastly, we have WDigest and we also have Azure AD Legacy Off. WDigest is a protocol that has weak cryptographic schemes that can lead to pass the hash and other credential theft attacks. And with the Azure Sentinel Insecure Workbook, you have the ability to gain deep visibility into exactly what's going on across your environment from a insecure protocols perspective.
Thank you so much for watching this video on the Azure Sentinel Insecure Protocol Workbook. We strongly suggest you to configure the Insecure Protocol Workbook, as it will provide you deep insights into the usage of legacy protocols across your environment. Please reference the Azure Sentinel Insecure Protocol Workbook Implementation Guide for additional details on how to configure and implement the workbook. And please be sure to subscribe to our channel for additional security videos. Stay tuned. Thank you.